Hi, welcome to This Week with Drew, the Monday edition. This is for Monday, January 20th, 2020. And today on the podcast, I don't really fucking know what's going on, but we're just going to fucking do it anyways. And as always, every week I forgot to turn the speaker on before we started. Oh, Jesus. Are we just going to start it again? No, who cares? Doesn't matter. I thought it doesn't matter. We're trugging along here. We're doing the podcast twice a week. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Shout out. I just checked on my Patreons. We're down 3, man. I'm sorry. Isaac and Bubba and Brees. I lost 3 Patreons. So we're going to shout out to my 6 Patreons. John, Greg, Joel, Mike, and Bryce Finkus. Thank you guys for being my Marnus. I don't know who fucking Marnus is on there. I know Marnus stuck around. Anyways, we're down to 6. We were up to 9 and now we're down to 6. And the podcast, I thought by doubling it up, we would double the viewers, but we've actually cut it in half now. So we're I was averaging. Oh, man. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here, dude, but I don't know, man. I feel like, who knows if YouTube's going to last forever, but if it does, then I don't know, man. Maybe my children or my grandchildren will be able to Google my name and look back on these videos and watch them all and then say, wow, he was really, well, he was quite delusional. Oh boy. Well, here we are. It's another week. How was your week? How was my week? Well, let's see. Let's start off with how was my week? It was fine. Thank you for asking. How was my week? It was good. Friday I had no comedy. Doo-da. Friday I had no comedy. Oh, the doo-da day. But I am playing bass in a band right now called Max Phoenix. Dan Gyrie's band. And we have band practice on Sunday. And that's going very well. We're playing a show February 1st. It's a supernova show. Fucking supernova, man. They got me again. First show I ever played, I was 15 years old at the Starlight Room at Edmonton. Guy, and then the fucking promoter tells, this is such a fucking skeezy business, supernova, man. They get a bunch of fucking 15-year-olds and they go, here's 20 tickets. You owe us $10 for each one of these tickets. But you are allowed to sell these tickets for whatever the fuck that you want, and you can keep the money on top of that. So lots of these bands are selling them for 15, 20 even, and they're making $200. Wow, look at that. You're 15 years old and you get to be a professional musician, $200. But really, you're just going to a bunch of 15-year-olds and you're hitting them up for $200. 15-year-olds don't have friends or a following. You're just going to sell them to their parents or whatever the fuck. So anyways, we're in a battle of the bands, and it's looking pretty good. The jamming is going well. Last week, a little shaky. This week, feeling a little bit better about the jam, feeling a little bit better about the tunes. My bass playing needs to kind of catch up a little bit, you know? I was really in the zone back in the Dirty C's days. If there's any OG people who listen to this podcast, any of the fucking 10 people, I swear to God, I'm gonna just fucking knock this thing down into. It's hard. It is hard to maintain a positive outlook when the output that I've been doing this for a whole fucking year now. We're coming up on a year anniversary of the podcast, and it's only gotten it's not moved. If anything, it's gotten lower. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't think I'm advertising it properly, or like, I don't know what, man. I don't know if people just want this sort of content. Maybe this isn't the sort of content that people really want. I guess it's kind of hard. It's very personal. There's not really a lot of like steady jokes that go along to it, but it's kind of funny. And if you care about my stand-up, then you might care about listening to it. But is it worth the time and the effort to fucking keep going through this every week, man? Fuck. Then I was like, I'm going to double down in 2020. And then now I'm talking about just shutting her the fuck down again for the third or the fourth time. It would probably be the actual third time that I would start up This Week with Drew and then shut it down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it would be the fourth time. This podcast is like Dr. Manhattan, like when he's trying to reassemble himself, when he's still fucking John Osterman. And then after he gets zapped, and then there's like, they're talking like, and there was a brief flash of a lymphatic system in the hallway. And then 6 months later, we saw a skeleton. And then 2 months after that, fucking Dr. Manhattan emerged. Maybe that's the story that I'm trying to tell. Maybe that should be the tale. That as long as I keep fucking at it, then maybe we'll emerge as Dr. Manhattan. They announced that they're not going to do a second season of Watchmen on HBO, which I think is fine. Having a nice surprise ending is good. And it was there. If the guy wasn't going to do it, the guy who made this one, then why the fuck were you going to do it in the first place? You got to stay true to the source material. And I listened to the podcast, and whoopsie, I kicked the camera. And it's nice to listen to a podcast with the show about the show that you like with the show writers on it. That's something that our generation gets that other generations previous to us haven't get. You never got to like watch an episode of fucking MASH and then listen to listen to a podcast with the director the next day, being like, what we're actually trying to do here. I should have picked a TV show where I knew more about the characters than MASH. That was just a show that my parents watched all the time. I never got it. Apparently it's supposed to be funny, but it just looked old to me. Like the way that it was shot, it just looked old. And then the audio, it just sounded like, like it just sounded weird. And then I didn't get any of the jokes. Like I didn't understand why it was supposed to be funny. And so many people watched the end of that show. I'm like, boom, doo, doo, doo. Boom, doo, doo, doo. Ba, ba, na, na, da, ba, boop, boop, boo, doo, twee. Fucking MASH. What the fuck was that show even about? They're in Vietnam or some shit? That's some generational shit that I'm not really in touch with, man. They would never do like a millennial version of that with like some fucking Iraq war. Boom, doom, dang, dang. They're just drone striking these fucking civilians. I shouldn't laugh at drone striking civilians, but I'm laughing at just how fucking, I don't know, man. War. How is that shit? Like war. It's fucking brutal. And then like the lighter side, the lighter side of war. MASH. Sometimes there's funny things that happen during war. Oh man, 1917. Okay, fuck. You guys can tell I'm not really feeling this. That's okay. I will persist for the people. Okay, what do we got here? We got what do we got? We got a pack of gum here. What is this? Sour Patch Kids. Fuck, you guys try this gum. Sour Patch lime gum. I wonder if the facial recognition will pick up a gummy bear face. Oh, it did. Sick. Here's now a message from our advertisement. Stride Sour Patch Lime. I like lime flavored stuff. You know what I got? You know what I like is slush puppies. When's the last time you had a nice slush puppy? Not a Slurpee, but a real slush puppy. A slush puppy. I like slush puppies, man, because they're got a little more ice crystals than the fucking Slurpee, which is more homogenous. The slush puppy. Maybe I'll go get a fucking slush puppy right now, buddy. Maybe. Where the fuck will I get a slush puppy right now? Well, man, I don't even want to listen to this, and I'm the one doing it right now. So maybe we'll just shut her down and upload it and just do the Monday edition and fucking, I don't know. I hopefully want to one day look back on these videos and be like, you're going to be happy that you persisted on. That's how I want to look at my life, is that one day you'll be happy that you worked this hard at something that is seemingly not important.